Okay, there we go. Hello everyone. Hello. All the videos are live. I forgot it has that watermark on the YouTube. Oh, too late to fix that. All the videos are live. Chats are hopefully working. Messages are sent out. Also, I remembered YouTube doesn't like copyright music, so hope you enjoyed the DMCA free stuff that I found in 5 seconds. Thank you for stopping by. Let's just I'm gonna pause the music. Let's just start with the first one. Don't we? I hate that they automatically start, but okay, I guess. So let's see. So this first one. Boom. Boom. There we go. So this first one called Tita Koi. Hi. Hi Koi. How's it going? How's it going, Koi? We're just about to start the first one. The project file is called Tea Time, but I kind of named it Man Making Tea. Doing good, her? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Glad to hear you doing. I'm a little stressed about this, but I'm also excited. So yeah. Yeah. This first one though, Man Making Tea. That was kind of the title I decided to go with. A little synopsis, little background. I feel like it's my most polished out of all my films so far, just because I had the most time to put into it. Like right before work started up, school just started. I was like, just go. So I put a ton of time into this. I worked a little on it each day over the course of a week, while all my other films were made in like a day. So this is the most polished. I don't want to say it's my best, but it's like my most polished. So yeah, let's just yeah, yeah. But here, I don't know how to start this. I don't know how this thing works, but I think we just go for it and see how it goes. That's what I think. Do what? Cause I want to wait a little. It's been 7 minutes. We're chilling. We're chilling. Let's go on the first one. Let me bring up OBS. Make sure the audio is good. Okay, there we go. Now we're good. Now we're good. I don't want to talk too much because it's the movie. Okay, there we go. That was it. Let's talk about it because I remembered a lot of things. I went through it. So yeah, feel free to ask any questions about anything. Be like, why did you do this? That's dumb. Anything like that. What in the fever dream? Okay. Okay. I don't know, but I'm gonna just start talking. So I wanted to do something making tea, and I just watched Ran by Akira Kurosawa. So I was kind of in this like mood, right? Like this kind of tea making mood, kind of like I don't know. I was just in like an Akira Kurosawa mood. Okay, so that took a lot of inspiration. I have to minimize OBS real quick. Yeah. Okay. But let me tell you, this was the first film I'd made in a long time. A long time. So it's a little rough, but like it was good. I showed everything because it starts off peaceful man making tea in a field, a park down the street from my house. That's what we used. All this tea stuff is mine, like my teas. He was making tea, chilling, and then boom, the music change. Evil bad guy. You can tell because evil bad guy. I don't want to say it. The music changes everything. It's bad, and this is our good guy, right? Yeah. This was shot. We did it in like a whole afternoon. I was planning the whole week up to it, planning out shots, like storyboarding things. My poor friend here on the left, poor guy got so sunburned. He was in the sun the entire time, and you can see in this scene right here, in the reflection of his glasses, that giant shiny thing is a reflector I have to bounce all the sun on someone and fill out the shadows so you don't get this awful thing. So this dude was not only getting the direct heat of the sun, but also like twice as much, because it's all getting reflected back onto him. So poor guy, he was so red by the end of it. He helped me out with like all of these. I love him so much. He's such a cool guy. Love him. What else? We did this as first one for a while. Story's pretty simple. Guy drinking tea, random guy shows up. They fight. I didn't know. I wanted like a gun or a sword fight or something, but I was like, I don't know if there's like stipulations against that. So I went for the rock, paper, scissors. I went for the comedy. I tried to get all these angles though. But you can see right here in this shot, all those hardcore shadows is what we were getting without the reflector. So you can just see how much work the reflector does throughout all of this. So yeah, but it was really fun. There's nothing really like crazy of note. Like I got some cool camera angles, I feel. Like I feel like this shot was pretty nice. But they're very like I don't know, like they're good shots. There's nothing like groundbreaking about them though. But I don't know, it was a lot of fun. We're dealing with like clouds were in and out the whole time. So like this one, the sun was behind some clouds who had some premium lighting. But yeah. And I feel like there were some mistakes throughout here too. Like, for rock, paper, scissors, because exactly. And that's what I was thinking. Because, it's so serious up to this point, right? Until the rock, paper, scissors. And then it just loses all of that. It kind of, it's the most climactic point. You're feeling all this tension. And then it gives way to, a little punchline, which hits a little harder because it's so out of left field. But, like, there were some mistakes with, like you can see a cooler between his legs there and all this stuff that we forgot to move in the little whip pan shot. And right here, got all this stuff right behind him. But like, what you gonna do? This one took us a long time to do. It was like it was at least like 2-3 hours to film, I think. So we were all kind of tired and done with it at that point. So yeah. And by the end, you can see the cam gets really shaky. That wasn't on purpose. My arms were just tired from holding my camera for that long. So yeah, you guys got any questions? Any observations? I don't know. This is I'm just saying things. You can okay. Also, though, I do want to say you can see how much redder he gets. Like, look at his face right there compared to the beginning shot. Like, there's just more red. You can kind of see it on the neck right there too, I think. Oh yeah, like look at that. That's toasty. Poor guy. We were cooking him with that reflector. But yeah. Tube buffer. Uh-oh, troubleshooting. Wait, troubleshoot. Let me refresh the side, make sure it's still. Also, I forgot to mention at the start. Okay, we're chilling on the YouTube side. It just froze on my end. We're streaming in 720p. All these videos are uploaded in 1080 on the channel. So there's that. If you guys care, if you want to see the true quality one, I guess. Okay. Any questions? Any critiques? Any notes? I'll give you guys a second for stream delay while I pull up the second one. Oh, I should explain the assignments too. This one I think was just make a short film. I think that was it. That's fever dream vibes. Okay. You like the fever dream vibes. What makes it a fever dream vibe? I can ask. I can camera movement, I could see that. It's very this one's very choppy. Not choppy, but like static hard cut. Lots of little cuts. Like here's one camera movement. Mostly cuts, camera movement. Mostly just hard cuts. And the randomness of the yes. Yes. Definitely. Oh my gosh, you can see how red his arm is in that shot. I never noticed. Poor guy. Poor guy. I think I like sent him home with some like yeah, I think I sent him home with like some aloe vera or sun lotion cuz I felt so bad cuz he was red. Cuz my coworker over here that was able to help me out, he wasn't in the sun nearly as long. Cuz the only part that took longest was getting all these insert shots and just kind of getting started. Because that's like the first half of the film, and the rest is all much wider and quicker. Yeah. But that was the first one. We're gonna move on to the second one now. If you're just filtering in, don't worry, this one's up on the YouTube channel for you to watch. Yeah. That's about it. I'm thinking of like taking the stream and chopping it up into like director's commentary sections afterwards. If you really want the commentary. So yeah. Well, that's the first one. Let's go into the second one. We'll do the later version. Okay, pause this. So let me talk about the assignment for this one. So the assignment for this one was mise en scene, which I didn't fully understand, but basically it was like vibe. You want something like she wanted us to go from like something that had one vibe to a totally different vibe. And that's what I tried to do. So, yeah. It's the time limit for most of these was 2 minutes except for the final one, and I was pushing 2 minutes on most of them. Because before I'd make like little sketch videos with my friends, and they'd usually go past 2 minutes between like the 3 to 5 minute mark. Yeah. But that's kind of what the vibe was. And after that first video, like all of these were filmed in a day. Like I'd do schoolwork Monday through Friday, wake up Saturday, and be like, okay, I'm filming today. Get ready, buddy. When can you come over help me out? And then let's just make something. And that's what we do. So yeah, I think all this. I think I might have like thought about it like a day or two before and done some storyboarding. But yeah, this was all shot in a day. I think all these were shot in a day, actually. But this one was planned in like a day and a half, while the first one was planned over the course of a week. So yeah. So you'll see the polish of the first one kind of wear off a little, but I think this it still works. Hold on. I need to open up OBS, monitor the audio of this. Okay. And now we'll start.
Hello? What? What? Hold on. I'll be right there.
Everything is quiet.
Okay, there we go. That's it. Yeah. So let's break this down. Let's break this one down. Because there's very little dialogue in all my things. Because dialogue takes time, and what did I not have? Time. So there's very little dialogue in about all these. So let's start off with the beginning. We start with all these shots of just like the key rings, the happy birthday sign, the balloons, stuff like that, just to kind of set the scene. Here gets one in the background in the kitchen. Yes. Elio, hi. And yes, I learned from filming this. So in the beginning, you hear that whir and that little like bubbling sound. That is Gizmo, the cat's water fountain going. And I also learned that if I'm ever filming inside, I need to take his collar off, because otherwise he'll move around because people are doing things and you hear the jingle jangle. But I didn't realize that until after we filmed. So what I ended up doing in the edit was, because this audio bubbling was already established, I took the best little snippets of audio from his water fountain and cut them over the underlying scene of everything. And yeah, like it was a whole thing to make it work. It was a whole thing. Okay, this was a nice touch. Thank you. Just because thanks Koi. It wasn't intentional. It was more like a, oh crap, some of this sounds awful, but this little part sounds really good. Let's make it all sound decent so people don't get confused and it doesn't sound off. But let's start breaking down these objects. So I start focusing on the keys, show an important object. Happy birthday. We know it's a birthday. All the lights are off. It's not the party yet, right? And then we get the opening of the door, you know, like maybe it's a surprise party. He's going to open up, surprise, wow, happy birthday. We cut back to the scene of the key holder. I left a gap here specifically because you don't, you know, if you got a key holder, you don't normally leave a gap right in the middle, right? Because you have, you just don't. There's usually a set of keys that goes there. And he put it on the end, not filling the gap to show that it's usually filled in. Which, kind of a stretch, I know, but, that's it. So we cut here to see, boom, the lit candle. I lit the candle to show, they tell you not to leave lit candles around. So the lit candles to show that, she really thought it was going to be a quick trip, right? With that and the note. Because she had a surprise party planned. It didn't go to plan. But the candles there, she thinks it's going to be really quick to go get the ice cream and then come back, right? And then I left it on this note. I didn't want to do any voiceover. Just because that's time. Didn't know if you get it to fit the few seconds it's on screen. So I just had to trust the viewer to read it. Yeah. So watching it, sets it down, boom, back here. And then this letter, it's supposed to be something important. It can be whatever you want. Like trip tickets, a deed to a new house, something like that. That was my thoughts. Just something good. So he looks at it. And then I started laughing here because I remember I was like, just look at the thing and be happy. It looks like it was written in a hurry as well. That is not intentional. My handwriting's just very bad. But I like that it works, Koi. See, we get lucky. Things work sometimes. So, yeah. See, it works out. It works out, But, so he opens this up, he looks at it, and then he smiles. He's supposed to get really happy. But my friend was like, I don't know how to just do that on command. I'm like, I don't know, bro. Just smile. So he smiled. It looks a little awkward, but it works. And then, boom, he blows out the candle, and then he gets a phone call. So I timed it like this, not just for the sake of time, but also, because we learned the phone call is clearly something bad. His demeanor switches, and then we do this match cut straight to the cemetery. Boom. So this call is telling him, kind of like my idea for this was like, bad car accident or something. While she's out, something goes wrong, she dies. But I wanted to do it so that he blows out the candle specifically, because like the candle can represent, wife, girlfriends, partners, whoever's life being, snuffed out. Boom, right then. So that's how I interpret it. Boom, life gone. Because then he immediately gets the bad phone call that she passed away, and then we get the match cut to the cemetery.
Everything is quiet.
He did a really good job of looking sad here. Boom. He pulls it out, reads the good letter, Also, thank you, Koi. I tried. I don't know how apparent it is, how easy it is to grasp. But I don't know. That's something I'm still working on, But that was my intention with it, at least. But then he reads this happy letter that, now, he doesn't get to do this wonderful thing with her. My canon was they, got a house or something. So, yeah. And then this grave just works so well. It's kind of a landmark around here. It's really cool. It works well. And, I got to do a Blade Runner reference. If you've seen Blade Runner 2049, where Ryan Gosling is looking up at the giant pink lady, and I was like, it kind of works. It works well. I'm gonna steal that. That's what that was. And then it could have cut there, but I really wanted to leave this scene in where, it pans, it zooms out to show, to physically show the distance created by him, and that he has to leave his wife, partner, whoever behind and move. You know, he's moving into this new section without her, physically putting this distance between them, and as far as we can, you know, because I zoom out all the way, and then he walks completely off screen until he's completely gone. So yeah, that's at least what I was trying to do. Those are the emotions I was going for and whatnot. So yeah. Boom. Yeah. That was the Mise finale. I couldn't come up with a good name for it, so I just called it Mise finale or final. I don't know why there's an E on there. So yeah, that was the second one. Again, for people that are trickling in, all these are up on the YouTube. It's the same as on here, Guava de Pengu. So yeah, but that's the second one. If you guys have any questions, critiques, anything like that, please give them to me in YouTube or Twitch chat, wherever you're watching. I'd love to talk to you about them. Give me some ideas. Anything. Anything. How it's done, why things were done. All that. Because I'm trying to cover as much as I can. But any questions are awesome. What was the third one? Was the third one the bad one? The third one was the bad one. Okay. I call this one the bad one because I believe it's my worst one. With, you know, kind of self-explanatory. But yeah, I think it's the weakest of all my short films. Got it right here. Let's pull it up. It's called Puzzle 2. Little bit of backstory. This was the first one I had to try to film by myself. So I had a decent idea going into it, like, okay, what can I do? How can I pull this off? Because it's just me. I have to set up the camera, act, do all of it. And that was really stressful because I'm like, I've never done this before. I don't know what to do. So I had an idea going into it. I was just about to get started filming. Everything was set up. And then the power went out. And all my plans went out the window. So I sat there. I'm like, okay, well, I have to film this. It's due tomorrow. Because, again, all of these were done in one day. So I was like, I don't know what to do. So I was sitting around and I was like, you know what? We're just going to... Basically, this thing's about a power outage. It is, you know, a guy in a power outage trying to find something to do. I think, like, I don't know. I do photography too, so the light and, like, framing, I kind of already get that. I feel like the light and stuff is the most interesting thing about this video. The plot is bland. I don't know. It's just, I could have done better. That's about it. It's a very okay film that fails in quite a few ways, personally. And we'll talk about that more, but let's just get into it. I don't want to trash talk it too much, but, like, I feel like it could have been better.
There it is.
That's the best shot in the whole thing. Best part, too. And I think by this time the power had come back on. Was already halfway done. Let's see how far I get this time. Oh boy.
3:28 a.m.
I forgot I used a SpongeBob thing. Oh, that was such a bad cut. Oh. Next time. For stolen I did steal your candle. Because I needed a candle and I didn't have a candle at disposal, and that candle was the easiest way I could find. So yeah, that was it. Very, very meh. Aggressively meh. Cause like this whole puzzle scene, it gets very boring here. I didn't know what else to do. I needed time. The power was out. I didn't know what to do. How do you not own a candle? The one I needed, the one I had, just I didn't know where it was at the time. Okay, it was lost. It was gone, and yours was right there. So yeah. But no, that I forget what I named this. I think I just named it Puzzle. So this one is the weakest one out of all of them. The best part of all of this was this shot right here. When you pull the puzzle out and it like reveals with the light, that was the best shot in my opinion out of all of it. And then this was the weakest part out of all of it. It's the blandest. I forgot I did the 3:28 a.m. SpongeBob credit. So that was a welcome surprise. And then this match cut was awful. Worst match cut I've ever done. Literally so bad. So yeah, and that's it. Like the plot, nothing is accomplished. Nothing changes. The person in the end is the same as they were as the beginning. Like no emotional arc at all. No, because like I could have done something, right? Like the power was out. Didn't know how long it would be out, but like I could have done something with like overcoming the power outage, creating the own source, like your own source of light, you know, doing something interesting. But again, I was alone. The power just went out. So yeah, I still feel like I could have done more if I had at least a little more time or creativity on my side. But I was so over this. I was so annoyed. So yeah, that's Puzzle 2. The weakest of all of them, but we still need to watch the bad ones because those are the ones we learned the most from. The best thing about this though was it gave me a lot of practice filming things by myself, which I needed and I need to do more of. So yeah, I just need to get better at that. That was Puzzle 2. Any questions? Any complaints? Any feedback? Any concerns about the mehest of all the short films? Also, good news though, this is at like the halfway point, so it gets better. It gets much better. There's like 2 or 3 more. Okay. See much. Let me open up this next one. Poker. What did I call it? What was the actual toughest? Yeah, it's just poker. So yeah, this one hot off the heels of the week before, because all these are made 1 week after the other. I should have mentioned that. So I had 1 week to make these films and then put them up. All these were shot in like a day, and then shot in 1 day, edited the next, turned in like 10 minutes before the deadline. So yeah. And also for people that are trickling in, all of these are uploaded on my YouTube channel. If you want to go back and watch them yourself, critique them, anything like that, it is same here as on Twitch, Guava de Pengu. I'm gonna plug that again before we start this one. But some background. I believe the project for this one was lighting, so we needed really cool lighting, and a good way to do good lighting easily is black and white, because black and white is all lighting. You don't have to worry about color, because color is emotion and takes more. Color's just more effort. It can put in emotion you don't want, and the lighting things matter more when it's in color. So black and white gives you a little wiggle room, and it's more about the lighting and like texture and stuff, which is what I really like. I really like black and white. So yeah, and it kind of lets you put more emotion into it, because you kind of gotta fill in the gaps left. What I'm trying to say, you gotta fill in the gaps with your own feelings. The color leaves. So yeah, let's get started.
Did the grind for many years, too many some might say. It's easy to get lost, the taste of money on the brain. We did it so good, so fast. We forget some years ago, the dollars in the grass. Life ain't easy being on the road. It's grab and go.
You raised, you show.
Ain't good for the soul. Well, it's long nights and coffee cups. Recipe for weeks and
two 6 and a buddy. Looks like you lost.
What does it mean when you lay a brother down?
I can explain, I swear. I never do it to you.
Okay, let's talk about this one. This was a really fun one. I really like this one. I really do like this one. Let's talk about it. I want to hear your guys' thoughts too. But it was fun. I got to work in black and white. This is basically just watching two people play a hand of poker. Some of the challenges with this though, like my friend that was just acting, I had to teach him how to film and use my camera and like all that sort of stuff. I would set up as best I could and then hand it off to him because I had to act too. And I was doing like all the acting for the first half. This is me doing all the card stuff with all the chips, And then I wanted a hard silhouette in this one because it was all about lighting and black and white, and hard silhouettes look cool. It's just light and dark. You don't have to worry about like if this is a weird shade of green with this like darker, weirder shade of green that doesn't look right in lighting. Like it's just black and white. It's so cool. So yeah, this one took quite a bit of prep. We had to like stage all the cards in both our hands and in the deck just to make sure they were all right. We had to get all the beats down between the both of us. Just in case anyone watched it was like a poker professional or something, or they at least knew the rules. You could see it was like a legit in air quotes game. Like it's kind of legit. At the end when he goes all in, I wouldn't have had to go all in. I would have just had to call whatever he had, match his bet. But I mean that kills all the tension. So yeah. And I also like the music in this. Because it's poker, cowboys, gambling, it's fun. So I went very kind of like old country, old western stuff. And I really like this second half because it kind of foreshadows what's about to come. Bro, it's like we were basically brothers. We've known each other so long, had such great times, but like, what is it today? Steve Show. It's like, what does it mean You have to lay a brother down, which I thought was good. It's fitting. They're two tight guys, and then bang. Other one shoots the other one after he realizes he's been cheating this whole time with the cards and the hat. I like that little touch. It was kind of an awkward shot to get to look right, but like I didn't have a long sleeve shirt on. I realized that halfway through filming, so I just went with the hat. Like I always have a hat on. Yeah, but it was really fun. I let the music do like all the storytelling for me. And again, at the end with the gun, it wasn't the best synced. We didn't really. It was a little rough at the end of that point. He wasn't really sure how far we're gonna go with it.
Explain, I swear.
Basically, the
I
gun
never
is
do
a PS3 controller. You can clearly see when you pause it.
it to you.
And then the gunshot sound effect is from Tarkov. I went through and I had spent like 15 minutes just shooting different pistols in that game to find one I liked. And then I used that. Yeah. And then the entire time I was filming this last half, because like before right here, we're passing the camera off to each other, get in our individual shots. When we both had to be in it, I'm like, one hand is holding all the cards. The other hand is holding the camera as close as I can to my chest to get the angle I want. And very awkwardly trying to hold it and not be too shaky while doing everything. And like I'm staring down at the camera, not up at him so I can line up. So it was very awkward. So that's why this last part feels a little weird. And like this hat shot isn't lined up too well. Because boom, I couldn't see the camera at that point. So yeah, but it was fun. It was really, really fun. I liked it. So yeah. Now I turn the floor to you guys. You guys got any questions, concerns, how it was done, critiques? Twitch chat. I will find the next one. Yeah, we're like that. We're black and white. But yeah, it's an older. Leave the next one. The next one's one of my favorites. Let me. Okay, I'm gonna open this one up. Okay. So the title on here is Missing Keys, but everywhere else I call it Dude, Have You Seen My Keys? Oh wait. Start with the music and emotional noise. Definitely a strong start. Thank you. I really like that too. Like it adds an air of mystery as you're trying to figure out, who these poker players are. And okay, I'm gonna go back to that last one because I forgot about stream delay when opening up the next one. I gave little hints throughout, like right here, this over-the-shoulder shot to show his cards. I gave the hint that it was him and like his hairstyle and stuff. And this is also the first actual person we see, which kind of gives us some sort of a face to the character, which I feel. I did that to try to, show that he's kind of the protagonist, the first person we see that we can latch onto, because otherwise it's just hands, these mysterious hands. And we also only have the information with him with knowing his cards. So we don't know the other guy's cards until the very end, which adds another, why can't I think more? Like, it distances us from the other character more. Especially if you know how to play poker, you could play it in your head. Like, okay, he's got a 9 in it too. What's he doing? He's doing this and this. Oh, he's got these cards. That's not a bad hand. Stuff like that. So you can kind of go along with this guy, understand what he's thinking. And like, I wish I could have done like a card game like Uno or something, but Uno doesn't have the same impact. And also like Uno with 2 players, I don't know how that would really work. So yeah, that's what I was doing. And then also right here when we see the other guy with the silhouette, we can't fully see the face. I should have like underexposed it a little more so we can't see like my glasses or anything. But yeah. But that kind of puts us off further because we can't fully see his face and stuff. And then after this, it cuts. And we see this dude, super clearly. You can tell he's the main character. We've been following him the whole time. And then, of course, it's revealed the other guy's cheating, so it all falls apart. And then we know, you know, this is the bad guy. You don't cheat at games. And then he kills him because that's what always happens. Someone cheats, someone gets mad, draws a revolver, bang, bang, bang. Yeah. So yeah, very fun. Very, very fun. Anyone have any other comments, ideas, critiques? And I'll actually give you more time to write things out than just jumping into the next one. Let me find this one. Oh, while I'm waiting, also a reminder, all these are up on the YouTube channel. I'm gonna be saying this like after every one, in case people are trickling in. Sorry, it gets annoying, I know. They're all up on the YouTube channel. Lava to Pengu, same as on here. In 1080p, not 720 though. So, a little better quality. Okay. Not much. Start it up. Okay. So this one, on here it's titled Missing Keys. I called it, Dude, Have You Seen My Keys? Everywhere else. This one, it was like midterms week or something. I was tired, I was stressed, I was done. I had nothing left in my brain how to make this film. I didn't know what to do, but I kind of threw it back to, when I'd make videos with my friends, they're basically just us messing around and doing a funny little sketch. So that's what this is. I think it's pretty funny. It's shorter. It's only a minute. Definitely could have been better, but like we made this in like not even 2 hours or something. Oh, also the assignment for this was dialogues. This is the most dialogue. This actually might not be the most dialogue heavy. Up to this point, it will have the most dialogue. Yeah. But I really like it. I think it's funny. I think it's silly. And those said, I like making little. Okay, let's. Oh wait, I forgot I full screen this. Okay. Oh, you're gonna see the desktop. Oh no. Okay, let's get started. Dude, have you?
Hey dude, have you seen my car keys anywhere? I just
I've cleaned out my entire room looking for them, like all the downstairs. Checked
all the pockets on my dirty clothes.
You really haven't seen them?
Nah, I haven't seen him anywhere.
Dude, stop!
Here the whole time.
They're right in your hand. Right in your hand. What? Did you just eat my car keys?
What was that?
I just saw my keys in your hand. Where?
Like they were in your hand.
Show me your hand.
You just ate my car keys.
I want to know how you couldn't tell metal car keys from a cracker.
I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want from me.
I want my car keys back, dude.
That's what I want.
I mean,
So how am I gonna get these back?
washed them. The soap even.
Fine, I guess. Thanks. There we go. Short and sweet. It's just a funny, goofy one. I like it. I was so tired that week, and it was a fun little thing to make. We had very little outlined. All the dialogue was basically riffed, which made it hard to edit together. But it was fun. Easy setup, easy punchline. Kind of absurdist humor, but I like it. It was fun. It was silly. Awesome. Any critiques? Anything like that while I find this next one? And I think the next one, oh, I forgot it was full screen. Okay, no, we have 2 left. This next one is shorter. I really like this one. This one's one of my favorites. And then we have the final project, which I'm very proud of. I feel like it was the culmination of kind of everything. And it all kind of, I don't know what happened, but like it all just kind of clicked with this final one. Let me see. Okay, the second one. There we go. Okay. The noises upstairs. So again, all these were made in a day. This one, it was getting close to finals week this time. I'm stressed. I'm like I'm just trying to make it through. I have my Math 1050 final in not even a week. I just need something. And what was one for this week? What's the assignment for this? I think I wrote it down somewhere. I can't really remember though. Because the one before was dialogue, editing. I think this one was sound. Yes, dialogue and then it was sound. So there's no dialogue in this one, again, because dialogue takes time. This is just strictly sound. And yeah. I think it's really good. I don't want to say too much more, except, made in a day. One of the shortest film times of all of them. I think the shortest out of all was Dude, Have You Seen My Car Keys? This one was probably second shortest. Probably this one, then Poker, then Puzzle. I'm working backwards like that. But yeah, again, black and white, you'll see why. Let's just hop into it. Because I feel like this one really speaks for itself.
Where is your treasure? Tell us where you hid it! You wanna know where my treasure is?
Okay, so I forgot about the ending. The ending's not the best. 'Cause I didn't really know how to end it. Like, I had ideas if I wanted to do it, but I had no way to pull it off. What I really wanted to do, well, I maybe could have done something like this. I wanted him to get, like, drugged through the camera, but that wasn't possible. I kind of wanted him to get pulled, like, from the side, back around the corner that he came from, while using these sound effects. But the setup here was so janky, I didn't want to touch any of it. Because to get the light and this pattern with the light, there was this like clothes drying rack that I threw all the clothes off of. I set it up and I first had to unscrew this vent that you see here. I had to unscrew it from my bathroom, and then I had to like use tape to like prop it up like a suspension bridge. Sorry if I was full screen. Prop it up like it was a suspension bridge on this thing, so those at the correct angle to get these lines on the wall right here and on his face. And then we had behind that was a light like taped to the clothes drying thing as well, just to get this beautiful red glowing light. It was so worth it. It took forever to iron out, but that was right there, and it was so jank. And I just like, you breathed wrong and something would fall and you have to go back and set it up. So yeah, that was right around here. It was right after that. I've kind of used up some creativity on there, and also like the corner over here is so sharp and tight. I don't know how it would have worked pulling him around and just space wise. So yeah, but I really like this, and I chose black and white because first off, I like black and white, but also you get to do this really cool color effect. So this first bit is shot in black and white all the way up to like the creek on the stairs. And then it swaps back to color, and then I just pull all the colors out besides red, which is why you see in his skin you start to get some of that color leaching through because we need to leave all the reds. And that's why you can see his arm right here too. Like the natural skin tone of his arm. Which is annoying, but I need to get like a cinema camera for that, and those are expensive. So yeah, but then this, I could just shoot this in color too, because it's all just red. So that was nice. Yeah, and then audio-wise, the audio took the longest part. I like audio work though. Like finding sound effects and ironing them all out, balancing it out. Like I like that. I like it. It's cool. It's kind of tedious, but it's fun. The monster sounds, though, that is the Thumper from Lethal Company. I literally, I was looking for a monster sound, couldn't find anything cool, and I was like, I want something like the monster from Lethal Company. Yes, the roaring steps are both from Lethal. It's the Thumper. So yeah, because it was like right after I started playing Lethal, I'm like, you know what, like that's the perfect kind of cadence I want, really heavy steps, you know? Same with all this, because this is when he spots me in the game, and he's sprinting at me, he takes a chomp at me. See, and that's another reason I used it, because if you play the game, you'll kind of recognize the sound, and you'll get freaked out, because like it's the Thumper, that thing's freaky. So it already kind of puts you on edge, because I'm watching this and I'm getting kind of tense. Just because it's the Thumper, and I know what the Thumper can do, you know. It's freaky when you see one of those for the first time. So yeah, that's what I did. And then to have the Thumper noise going here until it creaks, and that implies that, you know, the monster heard it, whatever heard him upstairs stopped. And then I don't know, I thought the red vent was cool. It was much more interesting than just a red light. So yeah, and this shot, I'm very proud of this one. It looks really good. Because it implies that, like, the thing, like, it's coming from the vent, whatever it was, you know? This one was much easier to set up than the whole suspension system, because it was on the floor. It was still kind of finicky. I had to use, like, a couple books and stuff to get it propped up there. Like, I really wanted him to go through the camera, because the implication is, like, the thing's in the vents. When he lifts it up, it makes eye contact it gets mad, it charges him, grabs him, pulls him through. But that's not possible. Around the corner, So yeah, I really like that. Also, the TV show at the beginning, he wanted to watch, I let him choose whatever, and he chose the live-action One Piece. So, yeah, that's like first episode, first few minutes. I can't remember the timestamp off the top of my head, but I had to write it down. So yeah, but it was really fun. I like this one. I don't know why, like, I feel like there's a curve to most of these videos, quality-wise. Because, like, the first, like, Tea Time, the cemetery one, the Meze finale, I feel like those two start off really strong. Puzzle, steep drop. That one's kind of meh. Poker, Dude, Have You Seen My Keys, kind of coming back from that. And then this one, I kind of feel like we're back to that peak, you know? It all worked out. Short, simple, sweet, works really well. So yeah, because I base it on just how interested I am. Because I feel like if I'm not interested and I made it, someone who doesn't know anything won't be as interested. So, you know, I feel like this one's just paced really well. So yeah, that's the noises upstairs. Let me find the last one. The last one is the longest one, and it's my favorite thing made so far. I'm very nervous to show this. because I don't know how it'll be received. And this one felt like a very personal film to me. So, like, I don't know, I tried really hard with this one. Okay. 3 photos from heaven. There is a typo, don't mind that. It was originally 4 photos from heaven, but 4 photos from heaven went on too long. 5 minutes. It's a little over 5 minutes. She said the hard cap was 5 minutes, but I was like, if it's good, it can stand 10 seconds going over. Background on this video. It's my final. I've been thinking about this. I want to tackle this idea that I've kind of had in my brain for a while. But it's a lot. It's tricky. I don't know if I'll be able to pull it off and give it the respect I think it deserves, okay? But I'm playing around with other ideas. I'm kind of thinking of going with them, and like I start to kind of think more, and like nothing's coming. Everything else feels flat besides this idea. So I pitch it to my friend, and he comes over, we sit down. He comes over at like 6 this night, later. Usually we start around 3 p.m. at 6 p.m. And I'm kind of playing around with these other ideas with him, bouncing them back and forth, because again, all these are made one day, edited the next. And usually we wrap up about 8, like between 6 to 8 for filming. So we've started when we normally wrap up. It's like a Friday, Saturday night. I forget. I think it was a Saturday night. But, so he's over, and we're just kind of riffing. And I decided to go with this idea. And all the ones before this, besides the Mise en Scene finale, the cemetery one, I haven't storyboarded anything. No storyboards, no ideas for shots, nothing. Literally, from idea to finish filming is a couple hours. But this one, I sat down, and this was the most ambitious one, okay? Because all of these were shot either in my house or like a 5-minute walk from my house. And the only one that did that was the first one. Well, I guess there was the finale for the Mise en Scene, but that was one scene, 10-minute drive. Had that all planned out, that was fine. So I'm nervous, because this is 5 locations, 5-minute time limit, dialogue heavy. I scripted out all the dialogue, printed out scripts, had like ideas for all the shots. I had all the ideas picked out in my head, all this stuff. I don't want to give too much away. Just, it's a bit of a slow pace. I don't know if it's pace too slow. Just watch it, give it some time, feel it out. And then I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds. I don't want to give anything away for this one. Besides, this was just the final film. Kind of miracle it came together. Longest filming process. And the assignment was just make a 5-minute video that uses everything we've learned about and make it good. So, yeah. I'm really nervous about this one, but let's just start it. Let's just start it.
That over there, that's where my parents got married. I thought it was real pretty, even if the whole religion thing wasn't really for me. It was the winter of 1954. Dad got this camera as a wedding gift, and he gave it to me when I turned 16. I think it's pretty cool. Let's see. Well, lens. Flip up the finder. Wait. Flip that up. And you can push it back in. Alright, flip that switch there. Open this up. Should be able to pull that right out. There we go. I gotta put the Polaroid back in the pocket. Keep it warm so it'll develop right. This is the movie theater where I saw my favorite movie, James Bond, You Only Die Twice, for the first time. I can still remember
The long lines and the smell of fresh popcorn. This old place hasn't changed a bit. I can barely recognize the street it's on, though. Wish I could see it again for the first time.
This is a park I used to always come to as a kid. I don't actually remember the name. I used to just call it the River Park. It's actually just on the street from where my parents got married. I think that's why they would bring me here all the time, reminding them of the good old days. Actually, they every winter set up an ice skating rink out in the field. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of dark. It's not there yet, but that's where I learned how to ice skate. Let's see. I don't know if you can see this either, but it's gonna be a good shot. I don't remember all these electric lamps being here before, though.
Those keys won't work anymore. They've changed the locks since you've been here.
What are you talking about? No one's had time to change the lock since I've been gone.
I don't know about you, but if I bought a house of bacon for 40 years, I'd change the locks.
40 years? It's barely been 40 minutes.
40 minutes for you, maybe. Time works different when you're on the other side.
Other side? There's no other side.
You sure about that? Those street lights in the park, you call those electric lamps. No one calls them that anymore. And that camera you have, that's an antique. And that film in there, that's long since expired. Those photos in your pocket, those aren't developed and will never develop.
No, I don't.
Okay, first off, do you guys watching need to go back and read the text? It's full screen, I forgot. I did not that went faster than I wanted it to, but I was already pushing it on time. Like I was out of time when these started, so I kind of wrap them up quick. Also, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. What you think, just all of them, thoughts, feelings, before I start explaining this. But yeah, can definitely watch this one again. If you want any parts, because I know it doesn't make too much sense, but it's not supposed to. The endings didn't catch on it. There we yes. And that's exactly the point, Koi. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Because that's the one thing I needed to hammer home with this, okay? Okay, let me. I'm gonna give you a second. Type up just whatever else you think, because I have lots of stuff to say about this one. Just so much. From the story to technical aspects and challenges, everything. Phone on the desk. I'm gonna start touching on just some of the technical. Yes, thank you, Coy. I'm glad. That was him taking the film out everywhere was something I really wanted to hit on. I feel like it was very. I mean, it matters. That's the number of, like, that's the title. How many photos he takes is the point. But exactly. All is for naught. You know what, Koi, you let me know whenever you want to hear all the explanation. Just say everything you can for it, and I'll start talking and jumping, because, like, this is probably the best thing I've created. Go for it? Okay, I'm gonna start with technical stuff. No, wrong scene. This one. The funky audio and dialogue here, and when Death is talking to him.
What are you talking about? Because no one's had time to change the since I've been
baking for 40 years.
That. I had to replace this dialogue because we filmed really late at night. We got started about midnight and we wrapped at about 5 a.m. I wanted to start later because the streets would be empty. This is literally the only snowstorm we've had this entire year. So I knew people would be driving, especially late at night. And that would help just add to kind of the weirdness, right? It's late, there aren't any cars in this, not another, no one else is around. It's just off. So that's kind of why I went for that. But right here, this was the last one we filmed. It was about 4 a.m. or so. I don't know, it was starting to get to the point where, like, people would start waking up and doing things. So the road noise here was awful. Literally couldn't hear any of the dialogue. It was so loud. And I don't know why. There were only like 3 cars we saw pass, but it was so awful. I had to scrap all of it. It's like the dialogue's replaced. The storm sounds are... I literally stole them from like a 10-hour sounds to go to sleep to windy night or something video. Because like that, like I just needed that. Same with here.
So I've been gone.
I don't know about
the microphone was picking up more road noise and stuff because this was the earliest, so there were still some cars out. But that's just how it had to be, you know. So yeah. And then you can kind of see, because like it's disjointed, you can kind of tell how we filmed it because his hair goes from kind of wet to soaking wet to less wet, you know, by this third one. And then at the end, it's almost perfectly dry. It kind of adds to the weirdness of it, which I think works because dead, it's not supposed to make sense. Which also helps with the travel, right? He's dead. He's just going from place to place, telling you these very personal and meaningful stories at each location. To get the viewer to really connect with him, right? Because we're in this weird place. It's dark, it's snowy, no one else is around, but then there's this nice dude who's just telling us about all these lovely places and times he's had. Like, of course we're gonna listen to him. He has this cool old camera and he's telling us all about it, you know? Stuff like that. So yeah. That was kind of the whole thing. That's what was up with the dialogue. Filming challenges, battery life, batteries, like it was cold. Battery just got sapped longer or quicker than normal. Also, this was filmed out front of his house. The porch was so tiny. I had to make, like, it was tricky. Like, this footage was flipped in post, so that we had a good angle for him with the lighting and everything, because the other side's lighting was awful. We ran out of film in the camera. We filmed like 1 or 2 more shots, and we ended up running out of film. So I think in this final one, it's like, in one of these, I had to manually put the camera wasn't fully working, so I kind of had to fudge it by just putting it in a place of the camera that would still make it look like it was coming out. We wouldn't have to rip it. Yeah. Now I guess let's get on to the story stuff. That's really what this shines at. Story. I was heavily influenced by Twilight Zone. Cause like I don't know why. It's good. Twilight Zone's good. And I went and I watched some episodes, because while editing, I was like, this feels good, but it needs a little bit of a wrap up, because this is so sudden. It goes from this guy's here to wait, he was dead the whole time. Like, is that a cop out? What's going on? You know? Because we're here for like 3-4 minutes just exploring these locations, and then in a third of that time he's dead, and it's all pulled from under us, which leaves it very confusing. So that's when I added these dialogue things, because I realized in a show, Rod Serling, the like host of it, would go through and explain, give him some backstory or something, give the viewers some backstory. So I added this, and I could have added music, but I left the silence of just the storm, because like it fills the void and allows you to think. It allows you to just tune everything out, read this, think, and then process while it's just silent, right? And then it also gives you a little bit extra background and information, that shows that everything was not only thought out, but like there's purpose to it. Which is also one of the reasons why things are so, like, from each place, there's no transition at all ever, right? Because he's dead. I kind of thought of it like a dream. You know, in a dream, you never get in a car and drive somewhere. You might be getting out of a car, or, you know, like getting thrown into a car, but you're never driving in a car. You're never transitioning in a dream. You're in one spot, and then you're in the next. I also shot this, yes, thank you. I also shot this first half like a documentary, because I had to watch a documentary for a class before this, and that also influenced me on how to shoot this, because you connect with the characters so well, because it's just like a home movie almost, you know? So that's kind of what I went for. And then, you know, it's just him talking to us. You connect to him really well. And then, like you're saying, when the door gets locked, I take that all away. Because we go from, like, no framing besides some basic stuff, shaky camera, walking around, moving around with this guy, like we're following with him, you know, we're his friend, we're going through this with him. But all of a sudden, the cameras were, first off, physically separated from him through this locked door, right? That immediately shows us it's changed. Not to mention he's framed. We've never seen him through a thing. We're always right next to him this entire time. And now all of a sudden, there's something between us and him. And we're only seeing him for this tiny bit. And we can't interact with him at all. You know, like, we're not here. We go from being a person, a friend, to the camera.
Those
right?
keys won't work anymore. They've changed a lot since
And
you've been
then
here.
all of these shots are on a tripod. It's all locked up. No camera movement. Which gives the, you know, it stiffens it all up. You can't move. It restricts the viewer, right? Because in here, if I wanted to, I could have taken the camera and walked down the street, right? You know, we're in total control here. We're vibing. We're having a good time. Here, we're strapped to a chair. You know, like we're tied to a chair. We can't do anything. We can't speak. We're no longer there. He's not talking to us. He's not acknowledging us. We're the ghost now, while he's talking to this other character.
40 years?
So I did that just to really hammer home the transition and this kind of like awkwardness, like, wait, what's going on? Because we just spent, let's see, let's get an actual, we spent almost 4 minutes being this guy's friend, learning all these intimate details about him, to have it literally get stripped away in a 24th of a second. You know, one frame. We go from being his best friend to a camera, a fly on the wall, you know, and a statue, whatever you want to put in there. You know, that's what we are now. And then it kind of falls away here, because we kind of get that shaky cam and stuff. I try to keep as steady as possible. But that kind of like brings us back in and helps us, I don't know, it brings you back in a little. Brings a little bit of emotion and connection back into it. Until, you know, it's the 10. And that's all we get to end it off. This is definitely the saddest of all my films, though. Deals with some heavy emotion, you know, death. There's this, you know, like the futility, you know, uselessness, giving it your all, and then it's for nothing with these undeveloped photos that, even though, you know, they mean so much to him, he can never have those physically. You know, it's gone forever. No matter how much he wants to try to save it, is poof, it's gone. Never gonna come back. You know, that moment's gone. And you hear him in the dialogue. I made sure, you don't hear it in the first scene, but he always mentions something like, "Oh, I wish I could go back and experience this one more time. I can't believe this has changed. I wish it was the way it was." You know, this you know, this unwillingness to move on, throughout the film that we see as he goes on this, I guess, literal nostalgia trip through his life, reliving the best moments and memories. I don't know. I really like this. This film felt very personal as well, which I think really helps that emotion, you know, just come through. Because when I'm coming up with an idea that I can connect with and put some of my emotions into it, I know that it'll come through, right? It's steeped in emotion.
They bring me here all the time.
Yeah. I don't know how much more to say about this. So I feel like it'll get more, like, I don't know. I don't know. But I feel like it is a very special film that most people can connect to, because, you know, moving on's tough from anything. Whether it's, you know, in his case, he's dead and want to go back to his best points, but even just trying to move out of a, you know, like, just moving in general, you know, I don't know, stuff like that. Moving on, I'd say, is the theme of this. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like I have more to say. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I think that's about it, though. But I'm very glad, Koi, that all of the story beats hit, where you kind of realized he was dead when the door didn't work, you know, something weird like that. Oh, the hints, because I was kind of dropping hints throughout. Not only with, like, the unwillingness to move on, but he gives you these dates, which are, like, those are the actual dates the camera came out and stuff, of, like, the 50s and whatnot, and then he's like, I saw this movie that came out when I was this old. Those are all the same actual dates as well, and how old he would have been and stuff. Just that consistency throughout drops kind of hints, because it could be like, oh, this is just a film, you know, this is what they have, they couldn't get an old guy. But, you know, after you watched it, that's what I would have thought, like, oh, you're just making a thing, you can't hire people, you know, you're in college. I couldn't pay for an old man to come and walk out in the snow at 5 a.m. Like, bro, what do you think? But then, you know, that you realize that it is all kind of foreshadowing throughout. With all the dates and stuff, and like the electric lamps. line, stuff like, and also the ancient camera. It's meant to be intriguing, but also show his age. That sort of stuff. I don't know. I liked it. It was fun. I'm pretty sure this film got me sick, though, because I was out in a snowstorm for 5 hours filming. But it was fun. It was so worth it. So worth it. So, yeah. Yeah, and that's it. I think that's literally all of my short film. Again, yeah, that's all of them. Thank you, Koi. Thank you. I tried really hard on these. Trying to think what was I gonna say. Oh yeah, they're all on YouTube. YouTube Guava de Pengu, same as on here. 3 Photos from Heaven has like part of the like paper, because we had to write a paper to explain all these films, like what we were going for and stuff. As well, 3 Photos from Heaven has a little snippet of that. It's basically what I've said here, but in text form. I don't have that on any of the other ones though. I'll work on getting some of those up. I still have all those papers. But yeah, I'm sure all this will end up in a VOD on YouTube, maybe cut up with like director commentary edition. Thank you, Koi the Heart. Thanks. I'm glad it does, because that's really all I care about. Is that even if I fail, I learn something from it, or it doesn't come out like I want, you can see that I was at least trying. And I feel like you can see that throughout most of these, and as I kind of get better, you see the effort kind of come through, and the ideas kind of start to form and solidify. Same with the techniques. Except for puzzle. That one's mad meh. Just mad meh. But that's okay. We drop those sometimes. We can't be firing on all cylinders all the time. Especially like one a week. That's fine. Boom. Yeah, they're all on the YouTube channel. Guava de Pengu in 1080. Thank you for sticking around, Koi. It means a lot. Oh, yes. My cat just sneezed. I don't know if you heard that, but oh boy, he's been sneezing a lot. Thank you guys, though. This was very fun. I'll do this again when I make more short films. Boy, I'm glad it was interesting. That's at least what I wanted it to be. It was at least interesting. And it feels good just to talk about this stuff. So, yeah, because I like it. I like movies. Yeah. I don't know what to do now. All my films are done. Thank you all for stopping by again, Twitch and YouTube. YouTube people, if you're there, my chat might have been broken the whole time. I don't know. We'll see. I'm still working on figuring out the YouTube side. It's got a cooler encoder, but thank you all for stopping by so much. I should probably do the thing. Wow. Thanks for watching. Yeah. Follow if you want, subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's what people usually say at the end of these. And thank all of you lurkers too for just staying by and lurking and watching. And Elio, thank you for stopping by. I'll send you pictures of your cat as payment. Also, the Lego castle, I haven't got a chance to work on it today. I'm probably going to do a little tonight or after this stream. But it's good. I'm liking it. Yeah, thank you, Koi. Thank you, everyone. Lurkers, chatters, viewers. Yeah. Thanks, Elio. I know you love your cat. He's been sleeping a lot. Okay. Thank you all. This is actually goodbye for real now. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful time zone, day, night, dinner, breakfast, whatever you're feeling. I will see you all later, hopefully. Okay, bye.